to start by apologizing, but I am not Nathan Lotka. Nathan, our founder and CEO, normally does all of our webinars. He presents all of our webinars, and he is fantastic, and he's dynamic, and he's exciting, and people love him. And this is now the second webinar in a row where I've gotten a call from Nathan saying something has happened. Last time, actually, he lost his voice, so it wasn't a phone call. He tapped me on the shoulder. But today, it was his travel schedule got really mixed up, and so he's actually in the air right now, flying back here to our headquarters in Blacksburg, Virginia. So you are stuck with me, Chris. There's my ugly mug right here at the bottom right of your screen. And I am sitting in our conference room, our very cool conference room, I might add, here in beautiful Blacksburg, Virginia. It's the fall here. We're up in the mountains. I'm joined by Christina Sullivan. Christina is our Director of Brand Strategy here at HEO, and she is fantastic, and she's handling all of our questions today in GoToWebinar. So if you've got questions throughout the webinar, go ahead and share them in the GoToWebinar questions. Let me go back and show you where that is right here. Just pop right over to the GoToWebinar questions, say hello to Christina, ask whatever questions you might have as we go, and she's going to do her best to answer them on the fly. And then, of course, I will save time for Q&A at the end. Today's presentation is called the Top 6 Facebook Campaigns from September and 6 Tactics that you can copy with no ad spend to double your email list. So my goal today is to share these top 6 campaigns that we saw from our thousands of customers last month, share with you why they were successful. We'll look at the results of those campaigns, and we'll actually look at the campaigns themselves, and I'll break down for you what components of that campaign, each one, made them so successful. I know you're going to learn a lot today. That is my goal, is for you guys to learn a ton and also have fun. I'm going to do my best to channel my inner Nathan Lotka. I think he's in there somewhere. and be as dynamic and motivating as possible. So in the next 35 minutes, here's what you'll learn. We're going to cover that data from the top campaigns in September that in total captured more than 16,000 new email leads. We're going to cover 6 specific tactics that you can copy to double your list. So you're going to see those 6 tactics come to life in these campaigns. Then we're going to talk about we're going to look at another 3 Facebook campaigns that converted at over 30%. And that is really exciting. We're also going to have a surprise at the end. I'm going to show you the highest converting campaign so far of this year. And of course, we always save time for live Q&A, so make sure you don't leave. Now, one other final little piece of housekeeping. I would highly, highly, highly recommend at this point that you try to close any other windows you got open on your computer, close out of email, tell your colleagues who are bothering you that you need some time for yourself. This is your time. This is your time to invest in your own learning to make you a better marketer, to learn what's happening in your industry, and really zero in. So make sure that you're looking at my slides right now. You should see my slide that says in the next 35 minutes you'll learn. And make sure you're with me. Are you guys with me? Okay, good. I'm not sure who I just heard answer me, Christina, but somebody inside said, yeah, we're with you, Chris. Okay, let's dive in and get started. So here's who I am. I'm Chris. Again, there's my ugly mug. This picture was taken a couple years back when I was living in New York City, and I was literally sitting on the fire escape of my Brooklyn apartment. I'm at Chris Rieger on Twitter. I'm the Chief of Operations here at HEO. I work with Nathan and Christina and the rest of our team to help small businesses get more leads from social media. Here at HEO, we've been around for a number of years. It's been tremendously awesome for us to be able to do some really cool things and interact with a lot of really great customers. You see some snapshots here on this slide from our founder speaking at some different conferences and public speaking engagements on stage with Creative Live on the West Coast in San Francisco, California, in these last 2 pictures. We also have great partnerships, and you might have read about us and seen some of our content across great sites like All Facebook, The Wall Street Journal, Social Media Examiner, and jeffbullis.com. So we've been in this business for a number of years now, as I said, of helping businesses get more leads and sales from social media. We're excited to be able to share some of the things we've learned over that time with you today. So all of you, hopefully, when you sign up for the webinar, were able to download the worksheet for today's webinar. If not, don't fret. Just go to the handouts section and go on your GoToWebinar control panel, and you'll see the 1013 webinar worksheet, little PDF that you can click on and view right now. We do that for you guys to have a little guide to be able to take notes. But here's what I'll ask you to do, whether you're using that worksheet or freehand on your own, go ahead and tweet your notes to me at #HEONotes. And if you do, there's a little surprise at the end of this webinar that Christina's not going to let me forget about. She's sitting right here by my side. But we got a little surprise at the end of this webinar for those of you who tweet your notes to me at #HeyoNotes. And make sure you do that as we go. So with that, let's dive in. First up, data from the top campaigns in September. Let's talk about how these campaigns were able to capture more than 16,000 email leads. So I'm going to let you just take a moment and look at the campaign on my screen, which is from one of our customers, Nurture Nest, from last month. So have a look here at my screen. So Nurture Nest is a very cool Australia-based business, an online business that sells these really beautiful kind of handmade baby carriers. They're really chic, they look really neat, they're very functional. And Nurture Nest ran this campaign. This was a giveaway campaign. And it garnered almost 18,000 impressions. That means 17,961 people, circling that with my mouse, hopefully you guys can see that, actually viewed this campaign. Of those folks who looked at the campaign, 5,473 of them entered their email address. And we call that 5,400 or so divided by the total impressions of almost 18,000. That's a conversion rate for Heyo. That is what we hold ourselves to with our customers and clients is when you make a campaign with Heyo, how well does it convert? How many people actually enter their email address? Because that is the goal of these campaigns. This one converted at just over 30%, which for the record is a great conversion rate. I would say for a campaign like this, we would call something around 15% and up a good conversion rate. So 30 is really, really excellent. Really, really excellent. So this is Nurture Nest. Now take a look at some of the things you see on this landing page. We're going to talk about that as we get into the 6 tactics that you can use to double your email list. So let's go on and look at the next one. Take a look at my screen and look at this campaign from Pro Audio Star. Pro Audio Star is a Brooklyn-based online retailer that sells audio equipment and supplies. And they do tremendously well with these giveaways. They ran this one last month. They got almost exactly 10,000 impressions. They were a few shy of 10,000. Captured over 5,000 emails. So guess what? Their conversion rate was over 50%, almost 51% conversion rate. That is truly, truly exceptional. This was a great and very successful campaign from just last month in September. Let's look at one more. Now this one's a little unique. You know, the first one was, here's Nurture Nest, selling baby carriers, retail business. Then Pro Audio Star, here they are, a retail business. Now for those of you in a services business or potentially in the financial industry, here's Apple Federal Credit Union. They also ran a giveaway. They got almost 4,000 impressions. They captured 2,749 emails. They converted at almost 70%. This is one of the highest converting campaigns we've actually seen based on the conversion rate this year. They did exceptionally well. And again, they're not a retail business. They're not selling clothes. They're not selling jewelry. They're a bank, essentially. Okay? They're a credit union. Apple Federal Credit Union. They did extremely well with this campaign, with this giveaway. So there are 3 of the 6 most successful campaigns that we saw last month. Let's actually dive in and now talk about 6 tactics you can copy to double your list. And you're going to see some of the things that we saw on these campaigns really come to life. So let's start with number 1, okay? And for those of you who are going to be tweeting me your notes at #HeyoNotes, man, this is now is the time where we're diving into strategy and we're talking about tactics that you can use and copy. You're definitely going to want to take notes on these. So number 1, foster really strong brand awareness. You know, your customers and your fans, they follow you because they love you and they love your brand. They love what you stand for. They love your products. Make sure that you get your brand front and center on the campaign. We like to put our customer's logo right at the top left corner of the campaign. And we've seen that campaigns that have that logo at the top left are the most successful. So make sure your brand stands out. That's number 1. Number 2, use a really strong incentive. Now this is critically important. Now, for those of you who are on the webinar, Brian, Kim, Jay, Anthony, Ronald, Jocelyn, how many of you guys, and tell me now in the GoToWebinar questions, say yes if you've ever run a campaign and you've given away a pretty generic prize or incentive like an iPad or a Visa gift card or something really kind of generic like that. Don't be bashful. Don't be ashamed. Have you ever done that before? Have you ever run a giveaway and done that? Just say yes. Okay, Kim Davis says yes. Jocelyn says yes. Kim and Jocelyn, thank you for your honesty. Brian says nope. Carly, yes. Anthony says I work with lawyers, so no. Okay, I don't know what that means, Anthony, but okay, makes sense. Sort of. Okay, cool. Yeah, so a lot of people have done that, right. So here's the thing about giving something away that's really generic. Let's use an iPad as an example. Who wouldn't want an iPad, right? You give away an iPad. You do that because you want a lot of people to opt into your campaign. Now, here's the problem. Who wouldn't want an iPad? Christina, would you want an iPad?
I would want an iPad.
Yeah, I would want an iPad too. So anybody would want an iPad. My 10-year-old son asks every other minute for an iPad. So if you give away something like an iPad, you're going to collect a lot of leads. The problem is the relevance factor of those leads for your business is going to go down. It's going to go down. You want to make sure that you pick a prize or an incentive that really aligns emotionally with your audience, with your fans, with your customers, with your ideal customer, right? So let's give away. Let's talk about an example here. If I am a restaurant, instead of giving away a free dinner at my restaurant, I might want to pick something like, I could give away free dinner at my restaurant. That could be good. But I might say, hey, what if I'm a sports bar, kind of a sports bar and grill type place, and I know that my customers are really, really into sports, right? They probably come often with their friends to watch, the football game, and football could mean American football here in the States. It could mean football for those of you outside the U.S., aka soccer here in the States. But in any case, I know that my customers usually like to come around with their friends and watch sports. I might give away tickets to a local sports team, as my prize, because that's going to really align emotionally with my fans. Yes or no in the GoToWebinar questions. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay, I got a lot of yeses. Nick says yes. Yazin, yes. Garrett, Lucy, Kim, Barbara, yes. Katie says, of course. Yes, Katie, you are ahead of the curve here. Makes sense. Okay, great. Awesome. So pick an incentive that really aligns emotionally with your fans. That's number 2. Number 3, okay, we really, when we run a campaign like this, what we see work exceptionally well for our customers is creating urgency. Whatever you can do to create a sense of urgency with your campaign, you want to do. And the simplest way we found to do this is right below that logo at the top left, place a countdown timer. And we've tested this, and we've looked at different time periods. We found that a 7-day countdown for a simple giveaway like this works best. A 7-day countdown works best. If it's too much shorter than that, you're not giving people enough time to react. You need your marketing to work. If you're going to post about this on Facebook or on Twitter, or you're going to send out an email to your list to tell them about the contest, you've got to give a little time for that marketing to germinate, for people to share. We'll get to that here in a moment. If it's too long, if it's much longer than 7 days, people lose interest. Let's be honest, people. Consumers nowadays, their attention span is getting shorter and shorter, and there's nothing but distraction out there on the internet. I got to tell you, when I have to go online to YouTube or Facebook for my job, because hey, Christina and I, we work in social media, so we've got to go on these platforms. Sometimes I log into Facebook and like 20 minutes later, I can't remember my own name. I'm like, what is happening? I was looking at my friend's baby pictures, and I saw this funny cat video, and man, why did I come to Facebook? There was something I was supposed to do. So, there's tons of distraction out there. You've got to really get people's attention. So a 7-day countdown, we found, works best, creates a sense of urgency, and doesn't give people the idea that, I've got 12 days, or I've got 10 days, or I've got 30 days to come back. You don't want it to be too long. So a 7-day countdown creates a really, really good sense of urgency. Number 4, make it easy to enter. Now, this is the moment where most people who are following along with me are probably thinking, Chris, this is like ridiculously simple advice. Make it easy to enter. Why wouldn't we want to make it easy to enter? But you'd be surprised about how often people get this wrong. You want to be very, very clear about how people can get the prize. You put your logo on here. You put this nice big image on here that communicates what your prize is. And remember, you picked a prize that's really exciting and enticing and emotionally aligned with your fans. So now this is where you're telling them, here's how to get it. Okay, you want it to be this simple. Hopefully you can see this clearly. Enter email below. I've got a field to enter an email address and a button to submit that entry. That's it. You want it to be very simple. Now, some of you are probably thinking or wanting to ask the question, well, Chris, I want to collect more information. I want to get their name, maybe their first name, their last name. I'd love to get a phone number. Now, you can collect more information than just an email address. You certainly have the ability to do that. And you may want to do that. That might be a good idea for you, but here is a law of the internet. And I'm all about teaching principles. I'm all about learning principles. If I can learn a principle that I can apply over and over and over again, I'm all about that. So I like to pass those on to you guys. So here's a law of the internet, right? Every additional field of information you put on this form to collect will reduce your conversion rate. Will reduce your conversion rate. So think back to those first 3 campaigns we've already looked at, from Nurture Nest, from Pro Audio Star, from Apple Federal Credit Union. Each of them just asked for a very little bit of information. 2 out of the 3 only asked for an email address. That's how you get a conversion rate like 30, 40, or 50%. We've all probably been in that situation where we're like, opting in for something online, and so yeah, I want to grab that, and we click a button, and we hit with a form that's like, yeah, no problem, just give me your email address, your first name, your last name, your phone number, your social security number, the name of each of your children, and your date of birth, and we'll enter you. And what happens? I'm going to close that window and walk away. Forget it. So you're probably a little humorous, just trying to make a point, but make sure that you make it really easy to enter, and make sure that you don't ask for too much information. Keep it really clean and simple. Now, a pro tip for you guys here with number 4. Special little pro tip. If you really want to be slick and you really want to engage those people, those consumers, those fans that are entering your contest or entering your campaign, connect your campaign to your email marketing platform of choice. Do that, and you can start emailing them right away. You could even set up an autoresponder. So as soon as they enter, they immediately get an email from you saying, hey, Tiffany, thanks for Heidi, Elaine, thanks for entering. Here's a link to a blog post you might enjoy. Some little opportunity to engage. I think this is a great idea. Whether you're with Aweber or Mad Mimi or MailChimp or Constant Contact or Campaign Monitor or Fusionsoft or whoever you use for email marketing, if you can connect your campaign to your email marketing platform, that opens up a lot of doors and possibilities for you to engage those people who are entering right away. All right, let's keep going. Number 5, turn fans into marketers. Well, that sounds good, right? I would like all of Heyo's fans to be a marketing force for Heyo. So how do you do that? Well, on a campaign like this, what you want to do is you want to give those fans that enter an opportunity to like your Facebook page, to share this campaign on Facebook, and share this campaign on Twitter. Keep it really focused and simple. You want to give them the opportunity to share this. This is social media. This is inherently quote-unquote social, meaning what do I do when I'm on social media? I get on Facebook and I tell my friends what I'm up to. I like my friends' content. I share things with my friends. So giving your fans, your customers, the opportunity to immediately share this on big social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter is just a really, really smart strategy. Now, let's just look something over to kind of illustrate how this works. So meet Paul, okay? This is Paul. He's a very nice man. He doesn't have a face, but he is a very nice man. He's sharply dressed. He's got his yellow shirt and red tie on. Let's say Paul's one of your fans. He loves your business. He enters your contest. He's really, really excited about winning. He really wants to win. So he goes through the steps. He enters his email address, so he's entered, and then he sees he can share it on Facebook, on Twitter, so he does that. So let's say he's got, 500 fans or followers across those 2 platforms. Well, let's just say that 5, here are Paul's friends. Let's say 5 of his friends out of those 500 actually share the campaign. Side note, everyone, Kim says she's seen Paul so many times she's starting to fall in love. Kim, that's because you're a die-hard Heyo Webinar Junkie, and we love having you on these webinars. Thank you. So Paul's friends, he shares it to 500 of them. Only 1% of them decide to go ahead and share that too. Well, let's say each of them has 500 friends. So they decide to share and tweet. What happens next? Well, boom. Out of the 2,500 of their fans, let's say another 1% of those share. You get the idea. All of a sudden, your campaign can have exponential reach and the opportunity to go viral because you put those share features right there on your campaign. So keep that in mind. Let me go back to that slide real quick. You want to put some really strong share features. I like to put them right below the email entry form. As soon as they've entered, that's the next thing. They kind of look down. You can see here in this case with this campaign, we've actually numbered them. Step 1, enter. Step 2, like. Step 3, share. Step 4, tweet. Really, really, really smart strategy. All right, so that was step 5. Now, before we get to step 6, let me ask a question. What do you think I've missed? There's one really, really important tactic with these Facebook campaigns to get right. One really important tactic to get right. What do you think it could be? And let me give you a little bit of a hint. And you can let me know what you think in the GoToWebinar questions. I'm going to tell you that over half of all Facebook users, actually first let me ask you this in the GoToWebinar question. How many active monthly users does Facebook have right now globally across the world? How many people, there are about 7 billion people on planet Earth. How many of them use Facebook at least once a month? Tell me in the GoToWebinar questions. We've got some really good guesses. Okay, Ronald says 50 million. That would be a lot. That would be a lot. Cornita says 100 million. That would also be a lot. Brian says hundreds of people. Thank you, Brian. And he gave me a smiley. That was good. Definitely hundreds. Okay, Elaine says 35 million. Jay says over 1 billion. Eve says 800 million. Okay, these are all really good guesses. So here's the number. Over, I think I've got this right, over 1.3 billion people log into Facebook at least once a month. That's who Facebook calls their monthly active users, 1.3 billion. That is a lot of people. Okay, now here's the statistic for you. Over half of those people, when they log into Facebook, are only logging into Facebook from their phones. So, knowing that over half of all Facebook users log into Facebook only, exclusively with their smartphone, knowing that, what do you think step 6 is to making your campaign really successful? Tell me in the GoToWebinar questions. Okay, yeah, you guys got it. Brian. Brian says make it responsive. Cornita, make it mobile. Taylor says optimize for mobile. Smiley, mobile friendly, lots of mobile friendlies. Okay, excellent. You guys nailed it. Make it mobile friendly. Here are a couple other stats for you. We talked about this number. Over half of all Facebook users are only on mobile. This is the number of fan pages on Facebook right now, and 19 million of the 30 million of them are optimized for mobile. This is really exciting. On average, across all Facebook users, the average use on Facebook is 40 minutes per day. You believe that number? 40 minutes per day. That is, I mean, granted there are 24 hours in a day. Hopefully about 8 of those were all asleep. Hopefully. I mean, not Gayatri, because they're awake in Singapore right now listening to us. But that 40 minutes a day of use of one website is a lot of time. Right? We would probably love it if people came to heyo.com for 40 minutes a day. That would be amazing. But Christina's over here nodding. That would be great. But people use Facebook on average 40 minutes a day. That's a lot. So make it mobile friendly. All right, I want to share a couple of other pro tips with you here as we round out this section. Actually, let me go back first. Let's review these 6, because this is really important. I mean, this is why you guys showed up to the webinar, right? Everybody, I'm going to take a second. I want everybody to focus in on my screen. I'm going to review these 6 critically important steps, these tactics, one more time. I'm going to do it really, really fast, though. For all you hashtag Heyo Notes people out there, this is a good little summary for you. Make sure you take note of this. Number 1, brand awareness. Get your brand front and center on the campaign. Number 2, use a really strong incentive that aligns emotionally with your fans and your audience. Don't use something generic like an iPad. or something like that. These are really good incentive. Number 3, set your countdown timer. Have a countdown timer, first of all, to create urgency. Set it to 7 days. Number 4, make it easy to enter. Remember, don't ask for a lot of information. Keep it really clean and simple. Make sure it's really bright and front and center. Okay. Pro tip, sync to your email marketing platform. Set up an autoresponder so you can engage your entries right away. Step 5, turn fans into marketing. How do I do that? Well, there's Paul. He tells his friends. 5 of them also enter and tell their friends. And then, boom, suddenly your campaign's got great reach. Number 6, absolutely, positively make it mobile friendly. You want your campaign to be mobile responsive. We've seen anywhere between, on the low end, 40%, on the high end, 80% of entries to a Facebook campaign come from mobile. That means you could be excluding half or 2/3 or 3/4 of your potential leads if you're not mobile friendly. Critically important. All right, a couple of other quick pro tips. We've mostly talked about giveaways today. That is sort of the bread and butter. That is the backbone, if you will, of the Facebook campaign strategy. However, there are other things you could do. You could run a photo contest like this. Well, what's a photo contest? With a photo contest, I can enter my photo, and people can browse photos just like this. Let's scroll down a bit here. And they can choose a photo that, whatever picture is their favorite, view it, vote for it, and the photo with the most votes wins. There are also some really great sharing features on a photo contest as well. You can also run a refer a friend contest. We've seen these be very successful as well. With this type of campaign, people are entering, and you're giving your fans the opportunity to enter and then share this campaign. And every person they share it with who also enters gets them a point, and the entry with the most points, the person with the most points on the leaderboard wins. That's the Refer a Friend campaign. So a couple other, some pro tips there. We always like to share a little bit extra. These are some other campaigns you also might consider if you're running successful giveaways. All right, so let's dive right in. Let's look at 3 more campaigns from last month. We've looked at 3 already, so these would be campaigns 4, 5, and 6 of our top 6 campaigns from September. Now, here's what I want you to do. I'm not gonna say too much. I know that's hard to believe, but I'm gonna try to keep my big yap shut for a few seconds anyway. Well, I might go a few minutes this year. For a few seconds, I'm gonna let you look at these campaigns. Now that you know the 6 strategies, the 6 tactics for doubling your email list with these campaigns, I want you to see if you can find them here on these pages. So let's go first to Bello Modo. So tell me in the GoToWebinar questions, what do you see on Bello Modo's campaign, which was really successful, captured almost 1,700 new emails, converted at 36%. What do you see on this campaign that they're doing right? Take a look at my screen and tell me in the GoToWebinar questions. Here's the part where I shut my app for a minute. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Barbara says 5 of the 6 are visible. You're right, Barbara. Lucy says countdown timer. Carly says logo in the top left. That's right. Bello Modo is an online retailer, bellomodo.com. They put their logo right at the top left. Christine says capture email, make it easy. Elaine says powerful offer and a countdown clock. That's exactly right. Dave says everything. Yeah, Dave, you're right. They pretty much got everything right. They pretty much got everything right. They got the countdown timer going. It's less than 7 days. Their logo's front and center. They've got sharing. They're only asking for an email address, which I like. You only need that email for your leads. So that's Bello Modo. Okay, you guys with me? Let's go to the next one. General Motor Center. This is a venue, an event venue. Very successful campaign. Again, almost 4,000 impressions, converted at over 33%, collected over 1,300 emails. Tell me what you see on this one. I love that I'm seeing some people point out things that are wrong. GI, man, I hope I'm getting that name right. I'm sorry if I'm not. G says no logo in the top left. Lucy says, hey, the countdown timer is more than 7 days. It is just over 7 days. Christine says, hey, they're 5 out of 6. Only thing missing is the brand. Yeah, that's you guys are exactly right. Oh, Jerry Wilson. Got it, Jerry. That was my fault. So yeah, you're exactly right. So they're giving away event tickets for an event at their venue to see Jeff Dunham. I don't know who Jeff Dunham is. He looks funny. I see some puppets here. This was another really successful campaign. Okay, should we look at the next one? Let's have a look. Okay, for those of you who want to see another business that's a little different, this is a sausage company. Isernio's Sausages. This one converted at over 60%, 62%. Captured 2,083 emails, got 3,351 impressions. Let me pause here for a second. Tell me what you see on this one. What did they do? What did Isernio's do right? Countdown's a little long, but seemed to work for them. You're right. You're right. They went over 7 days. They didn't go too far. They were still well under 2 weeks. They didn't go too far over 7 days, which is good. Covers all 6 items. Gayatri says, too cluttered, though. Okay, good point. I want to point one thing out here that I really, really like about this campaign, and it's specific to the incentive. What do you guys notice about the prize, about the incentive here? I'll tell you what I notice, okay? Isernio's is a sausage company. They actually even have a little picture of the Isernio sausage. I might like to grill some of those up tonight for dinner. But you'll notice that what's their prize? Enter to win a weekend getaway in Las Vegas. Well, what does that have to do with sausage? I think it has nothing to do with sausage, but here's what Isernio's knows, right? They must know their fans. And they're giving away something that is really exciting and emotionally aligns with their fans. It's really compelling to their fans. So notice that they didn't give away their own products. Now, sometimes giving away your own products can work. Often it does not. And our recommendation usually is to avoid giving away your own product or service because you don't want to devalue your own products. You don't want to devalue your own service. If Nathan were here, and he's in the air somewhere, but if he were here, he would tell you, if you sell hamburgers, don't give away the burger, give away the fries, give away the ketchup, give away something complimentary to your product. And that's what Isernio's did. What goes perfect with sausage? Well, a Vegas vacation, of course. So that's what Isernio's did. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. Awesome. So with that, man, that went by so fast. It's 2:35 p.m. Hopefully you guys learned a lot. Now here's a question for you. We've looked at a bunch of these campaigns. You've looked at the top 6 campaigns from last month. I've showed you some specific tactics you can use to replicate their success. Would you like me to actually show you how to create one of these campaigns? Tell me yes or no in the GoToWebinar questions. If I don't get enough yeses, I promise I will skip this and we will move on. But if you want me to do this, say yes, and the more vibrant you are with your yes, the better. Because again, I don't want to do this if you guys don't want to do it. Okay, let me see here. I'm going to go to our questions. Okay, all right, got a lot of yeses. Ronald says why. I think that stands for yes. Jerry says yes, yes. Cornita, all caps. Kim, yes, with like 6 exclamation points. Ryan says hell yes. Okay. Gayatri, yes, please. Gayatri said yes, and Gayatri's in Singapore, so I think I should do it. But absolutely. Katie says heck yes, show me now. Okay, just so you guys don't think I'm making that up, let me just take a quick screenshot here. Boom, there we go. Here I am, 2:36 p.m. Oh, okay, time just changed. 2:35 p.m. Here's everyone saying yes, yes. Please show us how to do this. Okay, let's do it. So here's what I'm going to need from you guys. I need a little help. Go ahead and watch my screen. I'm going to pull up my web browser. I'm already logged into Heyo, just in case. Good thing I was. Okay, cool. So here's Heyo. I'm going to show you how to do this in our platform. Tell me in the GoToWebinar questions, I need a business to use as an example for this campaign. So if you could tell me, if you'd like me to use your business as an example, go ahead and pop the URL into the GoToWebinar questions, and I'm going to have a quick look at those, see if I can find one that would work. Okay. Okay, Taylor Celsius NYC Furniture Store, Mexican Art Online. Um, cool. I'm looking here. I see a lot of really great. Okay, lots of great businesses here, Christina. I'm going to go with, Eve, who I talked to earlier, put in babaandboo.com. I'm going to see if I can pull that up. First, I'm going to see if I can unmute Eve and say hello again. Hi, Eve. This is Chris. I've unmuted you again. Are you still with me? Hi, Eve. Is your microphone still connected? We might have lost Eve. She is there. Her microphone might not be working. Okay, I'm going to pull that up. We talked to Eve beforehand. I just went to the website. Super cute. babaandboo.com. Let's use this. Looks good. Let's use this. So here's babaandboo.com. Eve, who's in Manchester in the UK, we spoke to at the very beginning of the webinar. This is her business. Now, if I remember, Christina, she said this is 6 years she's been at this, 5 or 6 years she's been at this business, and I think they sell entirely online. Super cute. Let's have a look at this. Little diapers, reusable diapers. Oh, I love that these have like snaps all the way up and down so that they're adjustable. That's very smart. Look at all the little patterns. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go back into Heyo. So here I am in the Heyo dashboard, and I'm going to click Create a Campaign. Boom. Now, for those of you who are with me still on the webinar, which is, we've got hundreds of people on, everybody who said they wanted to see me do this, make sure you're watching my screen right now as I go. I don't want you to miss anything. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do this in just a couple of minutes. So here I am. I clicked Create a Campaign. I'm going to go over here to Contest Templates on the right-hand side, and I've got a bunch of different options. But right at the top is the Sweepstakes template. I'm going to use that because I want to run a sweepstakes, sometimes called a giveaway, which is really easy to do. Now, here's the template. Here's the sample template. Now, you'll notice, everyone, you look at my screen here, what do you see? Well, you see all the same components that we've researched and found to be most effective to have on your landing page, already on the landing page and in the right place to make sure that you're super, super successful. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save and Start Editing, and I'm going to go ahead and get started here. So I know Eve's watching. So Eve, here we are. I'm going to make this campaign for your business for Baba and Boo. So first things first, I want to get your logo in the top left-hand corner. So I'm going to go over here to your website. I'm going to right-click the logo, click Copy Image URL, go back to Heyo, and you'll notice what happens here is you can see a little highlight box over these different widgets on the campaign. I'm going to click the logo widget, and then over here on the right-hand side is where I can then customize my campaign. I'm going to go ahead and right here in the URL field, I'm going to paste in the URL for Baba and Boo. Bam, there's her logo. Save changes. Let's do the same thing. Now, we want an incentive that really aligns emotionally with her fans. These are really cute products, Christina. Like, we could easily give one of these away, but remember, I don't want to devalue them either, so I'm going to go ahead and do a Google image search for a baby gift bundle. Let's pretend for this prize pack, go ahead and do an image search, we're going to give away a little gift basket, of baby items, which, I imagine if you're buying nappies, aka diapers, from Baba and Boo, that you probably have a baby or know someone who has a baby. So this would work really well. Look at this. Big, okay, cute. Look at this little gift box. Okay, let's do this. So I'm just going to view the image. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to right-click, copy image URL. I'm going to go back to Heyo. I'm going to click this big image. You know what we call this in the world of marketing? This is the hero image on the page. It's what everyone sees. I'm going to paste in the URL, and boom, there's my incentive. Now, if you don't have an image on a line somewhere you can grab a link to, no problem. You click this upload button right here. You upload the image you've got on your hard drive, okay, for your incentive. Now, another great thing to do here is we want people to know how to find this. I've got this little text, or know what the prize is. I've got this little text area below the image. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to say, I want to make this really obvious. I'm going to say, enter your email to win this beautiful basket of baby gifts from Baba and Boo. And I'm going to make this nice and big. I'm going to make this bigger. You'll notice I'm over here on the right-hand side, everyone. Hopefully you're all seeing my screen. And I can make this really nice and big. Let's make it large. Ooh, I like how this is kind of lined up kind of to the right of the email. So I'm going to go like this. How do you like that? I can change the color of this text, make it like a nice, I don't know, like a maybe like a lavendery kind of color. So we're talking about baby stuff. Baby stuff sounds lavender to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a space in here. Boom. Now, I could also go drop down a bit. I could put my contest rules in here. I could do whatever I needed to do with this text box. But for now, I'm pretty happy with this, and I love how it's lining up right next to the email box, or excuse me, the email field. All right, very, very cool. So at this point, I've got the countdown. Now, everyone, tell me in the GoToWebinar questions, how many days should I set this countdown timer to? Should it be 10 days? 3 days? Okay, good. Everyone's saying 7 days. Okay, perfect. That's right. I'm going to set this to 7 days. I'm going to click the countdown timer. I can go over here. I can select the date I want and drop it back so it's right around 7 days. In fact, I'm going to go one more. Bam. There we go. Save changes. All right. Now, we want to make it easy to enter. Here's the entry field. I'm going to click that. Okay. Now, first things first. If I can, I want to connect this to my email marketing platform. I've got a bunch of options over here on the right. Aweber, Constant Contact, MailChimp, Campaign Monitor, Infusionsoft, MadMimi, Entreport. If you don't see your email marketing platform here, that's okay. You can always click this downloadable CSV file, and we will just handle everything for you. Hale will collect the leads for you, and you can download them to a CSV file, which is code word for an Excel file, and you can upload them to the email marketing platform of your choice. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and sync to MadMimi. Boom. Connected MadMimi account. Okay, add email leads to which list? I pick the list, and this is coming right in from my MadMimi account. Let's throw it into the hot leads list, and we're done. I can add fields here if I want to. Maybe I want to collect a first name or something like that, but for now, I think I'm going to just leave the email address. I am going to I like the call to action on this button to be nice and big. So instead of enter, I'm going to say enter to win. Perfect. Pro tip for everyone watching, you want your button to be on the orange or red color spectrum. Why? Because that's the alert color to the human brain. If you look at this page right now, everybody's looking at my screen. If you look at this page right now, where is your eye drawn? Right there, that enter to win button. Okay, next I can go here, I can customize my share message. I can say something like, I just entered to win this great gift basket from Baba and Boo. I save changes, and bam, we are basically done. I'm gonna hit. Actually, you know what? Before I move on, I want to see if I can get Eve live one more time, just in case. Her mic wasn't working before, but I want to see if I can maybe say hi to Eve one more time. Eve, it's Chris here. I've unmuted you. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can, Eve. How are you?
Hi, I'm great, thank you.
How's this campaign looking so far?
Oh, it looks fabulous.
Okay, awesome. So can I keep you live here with me for a minute while I take you through and show you the next steps? Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save and preview. And now this is like our last chance to, first of all, that went pretty quick, right? I mean, that only took me a few minutes to put that together.
Yeah.
Now I've got a question for you, Eve. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. Do you remember what number 6 was in our 6 campaign tactics, those 6 things you can do, the 6 strategies?
Make it mobile. Make
it mobile, exactly. We've got tons and tons of people on Facebook on their mobile phones who want to make it mobile. Now, I'm going to show you how to do this with just one click. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ready, Eve?
Yeah.
Okay, can you count? Give me a countdown. Give me a 3, 2, 1 countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Bam. There it is. So all I've done, I clicked to make it publish to mobile, and I've got this really nice mobile version of the campaign. In all honesty, Eve, how do you think that looks?
It looks fab. It looks simple and clean and easy to do.
Great. Now, have you ever had a mobile responsive page like this built for you before, Eve?
No.
You haven't. Okay. Yeah. I'll tell you, to have this done on your own, it can be quite expensive. Even if you go to there are websites out there like Odesk or freelancer.com where you can hire someone to do this for you, but it's usually pretty expensive. And as business owners, in particular small business owners, cash flow is king, as they say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be really, really, really smart with that. Okay, so this is just a really easy way to get that campaign mobile. Awesome. Well, so does this look like something you think you might even launch for Baba and Boo, Eve?
Yeah, definitely. My customers respond to giveaways.
Great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Eve, for sticking with me. Glad I was able to pull you live one more time.
Thanks.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, everybody. Well, with that, let me go ahead and minimize that. Actually, heck, let's just publish this and have a look at it. I'm like, it's like the best part. So let me go ahead and hit publish. I'm going to go ahead and publish this to a test page I have. Now, once my campaign's designed, which only took a few minutes, I click that button. It's automatically going to publish to mobile. Here I am with the smart URL to my campaign. I'm going to click that. It knows exactly what type of device I'm on. It knows I'm sitting here on my laptop, and there's the campaign. Looks great. Looks great. All right, I hope that was helpful for you guys. I know that was sure fun to do for you. So let's talk real quick about what we've done so far. So we've cut data from the top 3 campaigns in September that have captured over 16,000 email leads. I shared with you those 6 tactics that you can use to double your list. All you got to do is copy them, take them, they're yours. And we looked at those last 3 campaigns from our top campaigns of last month that converted at over 30%. And coming up, we've got a surprise and live Q&A. Right now, I'd love it if you guys could tell me in the GoToWebinar questions, yes or no, have you learned at least 2 things? Have you learned at least 2 new things on today's webinar? I mean, our goal is for you guys to learn and have a really good experience on these, so I always, always, always appreciate feedback. Okay. Yes, I get Yasmin says yes, Barbara, yes, Christine, Cornita, Lucy, Brenda, Kim, yes, yes. Tiffany says absolutely. Great, Tiffany. Maybe you can use some of these tactics with your design clients, Tiffany. Gayatri says yes, which thrills me because Gayatri's up at 2 in the morning in Singapore to listen to this, so I want this to be a huge success for Gayatri. Terrific. A lot of yeses. Okay, awesome. So one more question for you guys. You know how to do this strategy. You know how to use these strategies. You see these campaigns. You learn how to execute this. I've shown you how to build it. If you'd like, I can share with you pricing for Heyo. Heyo is our platform that will almost build these campaigns for you. It's drag and drop. It's super easy to use. If you'd like, I can quickly review pricing with you. In fact, truth be told, I have some special bonuses available only for you guys on this webinar today. And if you'd like, just type buy in the GoToWebinar questions, and I will briefly go over pricing with you. If not, I am happy to just move on. We can get to Q&A. That's no problem. But if you'd like to see that, I would be glad to share it with you. Let me give you guys a moment to respond to that question. Okay. Okay, great. Buy. Buy here, Kim says. Betty says phenomenal job, thanks. Show us pricing for Heyo buy. Right? Okay, cool. So I'm going to show you guys this again because it is really fun to see your responses. All right, here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Brenda, Monique, Yaz, and Dave. Everybody, okay, great. It didn't quite come through the way I wanted it to. GoToWebinar keeps jumping around on me. We're doing it again. There we go. Okay, good. There's everybody who wants to see it. Here we are at 2:50 p.m. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and show you guys. So here's what pricing looks like for Heyo. Make sure we're all on the same page. So first of all, here's what's included in every Heyo package. You can launch a campaign every other week. You've got access to photo and video contest templates. These are extremely popular right now. We see especially photo contests being really successful on social media. Access to that giveaway and sweepstakes template that I showed you. You saw those great campaign examples for. Access to lead generation templates. These are evergreen lead templates to do things like give away a free download or get people to sign up for your email list that are really simple to create and publish. You've got direct email service provider integration to double your email list. Remember, you can connect to MailChimp, to Mad Mimi, to Constant Contact, to Aweber, etc. Whoever your email marketing platform is, we virtually connect to all of the biggest platforms out there. So you can make it really, really easy to get those leads right into your list and get that list size growing. Mobile versions of your campaigns, again, you do not need to spend tons of money on freelancers or designers or developers to be able to create a mobile responsive landing page for you. We'll take care of that. It's all included. You can, again, avoid all those costs. You also don't need to worry about Facebook shutting you down. That sounds kind of scary. Let me explain what I mean by that. Facebook has rules. You know, they're the platform. They make the rules of the game. And there are different disclaimers and things you've got to do, and there are things you're not allowed to do in running promotions on Facebook. We've got a legal team here at Heyo. We've already done all that research, so you don't need to worry about that on your end. You use our platform, we've got you covered. We've also got super responsive customer support. So that's what's included in every Heyo package. Now, because you guys are joining us on this webinar today, here's what we're going to offer you if you purchase a Heyo plan today. We're going to feature your fan page or business in a blog post. We've got a very well-trafficked blog. Christina sitting here to my right, she owns the blog. She runs it. We publish new articles every day. Tens of thousands of people visit our blog every month, and it gets lots of readership. This is, I think, a really valuable bonus. Feature your fan page or business in a blog post. You get a personal one-on-one strategy call with either Nathan if you're an agency or Brooks if you're a single business or a small business to ensure success. You can see how happy Nathan is and how determined Brooks is in these pictures. These are great guys. They know a lot about social media marketing. This is like a great thing to have in your little in your quiver, if you will, an arrow in your quiver as you're getting started to be able to have this strategy call and help you get things rolling. A great bonus for you, we've got this great white paper. It provides 11 high-converting ideas that you can copy as an incentive or prize for your Facebook campaign. This is a white paper on picking the right prize, and like it said, we give you 11 high-converting prize ideas in that bonus. You also get access to our invite-only mastermind group. You can't get access any other way. You know, this is, again, an invite-only mastermind group on Facebook. It's a closed Facebook group. Anybody who shows up and asks us to get invited, we say no. This is reserved only for our best customers, our most savvy marketers, so that they have a place to get together and share ideas. And this is a great, great value for you guys as you're getting started. We're going to give you a video replay, an evergreen video replay of today's webinar as a bonus. We've also got a free ebook, The Secret to Stunning Visual Content. Brooks, whose picture you saw just moments ago, is a great writer. He wrote a post that this is one of the most popular white papers that we've written, that Brooks wrote, about the secret to stunning visual content, and he really geeked out. It mentions the rule of threes. It mentions the Fibonacci sequence. It breaks down the science of why, what visual content is most appealing to the human brain. It's a great white paper to really help you amp up your social media content and strategy. And then finally, this might be one of the coolest of all the bonuses we offer, guys, a free 30-minute video course on how to discover content the news feed loves. And this is a huge, huge value. This is professionally produced video training by Creative Live out on the West Coast. And the only way to get this on your own is to go to creativelive.com and buy it for $79. But we're going to give it to you right here now as a free bonus included with the webinar. So here's, again, a quick list of those bonuses. And I'm going to go ahead and flip to the next slide. Again, on the left, everything you get with Heyo already. On the right, everything you get if you purchase today. It's over $480 of value. All you've got to do is go to heyo.com/buy and pay $300 one time for the year to get access to Heyo and all of these great bonuses. So I promised I'd cover pricing. Here's pricing. And so here's your chance, guys, if you want to jump on board and actually run one of these campaigns, use these strategies right away. I've got these great bonuses I can offer you if you decide to do that. I hear Christina's fingers typing away next to me. I know she's been awesome. Has Christina not been amazing today, guys, answering all these questions? Thank you so much for doing that. So while Christina is still answering your questions, right before I get into Q&A, I want to check in with a couple of people live that have been really, really great on the webinar, and maybe I've already even talked to. Let me see who I can get live and say hello to again. Let me see if I can get. I already said hi to Eve. Let me see if I can say hello to. Let me see if Tiffany is still with us. And see if I can say hi to Tiffany from Tiffany Cox Design. Tiffany, you're unmuted. Are you still with me?
I'm still here.
Awesome. Tiffany, I'm dying to know, what did you think of this webinar today? How was the content?
Oh, I thought it was awesome. There's a lot of, there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to take away and kind of share with some of my clients and stuff. So it's great.
Awesome. I'm really, really glad to hear that. And yeah, I mean, that is the goal of these webinars, that we put together some strategies that you guys can use, that you guys can access right away. So I'm thrilled to hear you'll be able to use some of those to your clients. I have to ask too, what do you think of, if you were among those that were interested in seeing pricing for Heyo, what do you think of this offer today?
I think it's a really great value, especially I do web development, so it doesn't gear completely towards me, but the ease of use I think is really great for people who just kind of want to get it out there and get it going. So yeah, I think that's great.
Okay, awesome. Well, I am thrilled to hear that. Tiffany, again, thank you so much for joining today, and thanks for that great feedback.
Thanks.
All right, awesome. Awesome, awesome. So while you guys consider this, I want to share a couple more things with you. So again, if you're interested in grabbing these bonuses today, you just go to heyo.com/buy to do so, and it's very, very easy to do. And I also want to share with you that sometimes I know in situations like this, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, I don't know if this is for me. It sounds great. I think it's a really smart idea, but is it right for me? Well, here's some things we like to share just to help you understand why and how you can be successful with this. The people that the businesses that we've seen be really successful with Heyo have a Facebook page with at least 500 likes, want to build their email list, and get a few likes, comments, or shares with every status update. So hopefully that gives you guys some comfort if you're thinking of purchasing. If you've got 500 fans or more and you really want to build your email list, you should feel really comfortable doing so. The other thing I'll share with you is I want to make sure you guys feel super, super comfortable purchasing. Heyo offers a 30-day, 100% risk-free guarantee, no questions asked. If you purchase today on the webinar, anytime in the next 30 days, if you just decide, you know what, I don't have time for this anymore, or I know it's super easy and I get all these great bonuses, but I'm not sure if I'm ready for this, or for whatever reason, if you regret your decision, which I don't think you will, anytime in the next 30 days, you can cancel your plan, and we will refund you the full $300, no questions asked. So that is my guarantee to you. Now, some of you might be sitting here thinking, well, Chris, some of these bonuses, these white papers, these guides, I could probably get them right away, and then in a week or 2 weeks, I could cancel my plan and get my money back. Isn't that kind of stupid of you to do? Well, maybe, but I don't really think so. We are putting ourselves out there a bit, and it's a little bit of a risk in us doing that. But I think, we think here at Heyo that people are fundamentally good, and we think you guys probably aren't going to take advantage of us in that way. But some people might, and that's okay. I'd rather make sure you guys are super comfortable and feel really good jumping on board with Heyo. And I'd rather you just, again, be super comfortable. If that means a few people benefit from getting these bonuses for free and then canceling, well, c'est la vie, as the French say. Such is life. So I'll leave that to you guys. So with that, I'm going to again remind you that the bonuses, if you want to claim them, are at heyo.com/buy/BUY. Feel free to go there and claim them now. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and move on to Q&A as you guys have a chance to consider this offer. And I'm going to check in with Christina here and see what questions she's seeing from you guys. Also, I would recommend if you asked a question during the webinar and you'd like me to answer it live on the air now, go ahead and pop back into the GoToWebinar questions and ask me there what questions you've got. All right, so I see a question first off from Vicky. Vicky says, how can I use Heyo for my clients? Great question. So Vicky, Heyo can be used for you in your own business. It can also be used for your clients' businesses as well. We've got some nice features within Heyo that helps you keep client work organized by their individual businesses. And you absolutely can publish to multiple Facebook pages with Heyo. So absolutely you can do that. That's really, really easy to do. Let me see what other questions we might have. Okay. All right, Christina's got a question for us. Okay, Christine asked the question, what's the best way to reach your target audience on Facebook with these campaigns? Great. Okay, so a couple of thoughts for you, Christine. So first off, when you create one of these campaigns, you want to promote it to your fans. Now, I'm assuming that your fans are your target audience here. You want to promote this to your fans. You want to post to your newsfeed about this campaign. You want people to make it really easy for people to find it. Second of all, if you really want to target other, well, I guess another thought. Another great way to target your ideal audience is with the prize, right? If you're trying to reach a particular demographic of people or people with a particular interest, use that prize to your advantage. Set up a prize or for your giveaway or an incentive for your giveaway that aligns really well with that group of people. So that is really, really good to do. Finally, use the tactics you have at your disposal. You can use Facebook ads, for instance, to, if you want, to actually target a specific group of users or a specific group of consumers, Facebook users, that you'd most like to come to your campaign and opt in with the email address. So hopefully that's helpful. I know I just threw a lot at you, Christine, but hopefully that is helpful for you. I want to first of all say thank you and welcome to everybody who's signing up at heyo.com/buy. You guys, welcome to the Heyo family. Carol, Jake, Daniel, Gernot, thank you so much for joining us. It's awesome, awesome, awesome to have you in the family. I want to see if I can say hi to one or two of those folks. Let me see if I can find Gernot. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Gernot. I'm going to go ahead and unmute Gernot real quick and see if I can say hello. Gernot, this is Chris. Is your microphone connected? Hi, Gernot. Are you there? Is your microphone connected? You're unmuted. Are you there? Okay, it does not look like Gernot's microphone is connected. That's okay. Gernot, welcome to the Heyo family. It is great to have you. All right, I'm going to, as we continue with Q&A, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have to, we don't have to do this every time, but we have to do it sometimes. I'm going to have to go ahead and, here we go. I'm going to have to limit the number of additional bonus packages that I can sell. We've had a lot of people opt in already. There are only so many blog posts we can write, so many calls that we can set up. So I'm going to go ahead and say for the next 5 people who buy, you'll still get the bonuses. After that, folks, I'm going to have to cap it. So I just want to set that cap now. Just go to heyo.com/buy if you want to purchase. I'll also say if you've got questions, you can give us a call. You can call Brooks right now at Heyo HQ using this toll-free number, 800-884-8640. And with that, I'm going to get right back to Q&A. Oh, Gernot says, sorry, I don't have the mic on. That's okay, Gernot. Sorry to be a bother. Lucy says, is this a deal only good during the webinar? It is, Lucy, but if you've got, it is only good for the webinar. You've got to buy today. If you've got any questions or concerns about that, though, send us an email. You can email me personally. It's chris@heyo.com, chris@heyo.com, and Christina will send that email to you real quick, Lucy Banta, and go to other questions to make sure that you have that as well. Awesome. Let me look at some other questions. Alpana says, thanks so much. An interesting and useful webinar. Awesome. Alpana, thanks so much for joining us. Len says, I'm just starting minimal list at just a few likes. Should I build a larger list and more likes before I join Heyo? So Len, great question. Great question. Here's what I'll tell you. As I shared, it's best to have a few hundred likes before you jump on board with Heyo. I'd recommend you have some audience. Now, it doesn't have to necessarily be on Facebook. You want to have at least some people coming to your website, a little bit of a Facebook fan base, a Twitter following, maybe you're a blog and you've got some blog readership. You want to have some audience that you can promote this kind of a campaign to. Why is that? Because to get that social sharing happening in step 5 that we talked about earlier, you really, really, really want to have a base of an audience already. You really, really, really want to have that already. So you've got, my recommendation would be, if you've got a little bit of audience, you're good. Jump on board, give it a try. You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee in case it doesn't work for you. But if you're just starting out and you really have no audience online, that's when we really suggest you wait and build an audience first. Cornita says, during the webinar, you showed us the campaign on Facebook. When we share our campaign on Facebook, will it look the same? Absolutely. When you share your campaign on Facebook, it will indeed look the same. I want to welcome a couple other folks to the Heyo family. So first of all, I got to be Mr. Bad Guy and say we've had 2 other sales already. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this back down to 3. So we've got 3 more bonus packages. For those of you who are on the fence and are thinking about it, I can do 3 more of these. I want to say hello to a couple of folks. Again, Gurno, who just purchased, Elisa, Lucy. I want to say see if I can say hi to a couple of these folks as well. Elisa, I'm going to unmute you. Just be prepared and see if I can say hello. Elisa, this is Chris. I've unmuted you. Are you there? Hi, Elisa. Is your microphone connected? Okay, it looks like Elisa's microphone might not be connected. Let me say hi to Lucy real quick, who has also just joined the Heyo family. I always like to welcome new members of the family, as they say. Let me unmute Lucy real quick and see if I can say hello. Lucy, this is Chris. I've unmuted you. Are you there?
Hi, I am.
Hey, Lucy. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. You didn't know you were going to be on the webinar, did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Well, Lucy,
but I should have after listening to his podcast and knowing that's what he does.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, I gotta ask you, Lucy. First of all, what did you think of the content today? And then why did you go to heyo.com/buy and decide to grab this offer?
I've been watching Nathan for years, and now I finally think I have a bunch of clients I can use this with. So I'm happy to join it.
Awesome. Well, excellent. Well, we're really glad to have you, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. You're going to be able to jump right in and have that one-on-one strategy call to help you get started, and I think that's going to be great. What did you think of the content today? Did you learn a lot of new tactics for working with your clients?
Yes, a couple new things and reinforce some others.
Okay, great. Yeah, sometimes it's good to hear things more than once, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, Lucy, again, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for joining the Heyo family by going to heyo.com/buy. Really, really appreciate it. All right, I'll get right back into more Q&A. Let's see what we got. Okay. Victoria asked the question, is the package for starting always $300 for the year? That's correct. This is not a bait and switch, guys. Heyo is normally $300 per year. So when you purchase it today for $300, you'll get a full 12-month Heyo subscription. If you want to keep it going, it's the same price. We're not going to change that. We're not going to pull the rug out from under you. The difference right here now in this webinar is we're going to give you these great bonuses. Again, the free blog post. Let me go back and share with you some of those. Okay, again, the free blog post, the one-on-one strategy call, all those great guides and white papers, the prize ideas, the secret to stunning visual content, access to the closed Facebook group, and then that 30-minute video training, all for joining today. All right, so let me go to a couple more questions. Okay, Leanne says, thank you so much. I was on a similar webinar last month. I got so much more out of this one. Awesome. Leanne, I am thrilled. I am thrilled. Vicky says, can I use this campaign in an email blast? Absolutely, Vicky. So let me make this really clear to everyone. So when you create a campaign on Heyo and you publish it, we immediately give you a link. We call it the smart URL. We give you that smart URL that you can use to promote your campaign anywhere, and that includes in an email, Vicky. In fact, it's a really smart thing to do to tell your email list about a campaign. You've already got their email address, but they're going to share it with their fans and their friends, and you're going to pick up more emails that way, so that it's a really, really smart thing to do. Curtis asks, what is regular pricing for this plan? So Heyo is always this plan is always $300 one time, Curtis. We don't discount as a rule, but what we do is give you all these great bonuses today. So that's what's different today, Curtis, are these bonuses you get only on this webinar. All right, let me go to a couple more questions, and Christina, if you, okay, great. Victoria asked a great question. What if our customers are wholesale clients, not retail clients? Okay, so I think what that means, Victoria, is you are selling to wholesalers or resellers and not retail clients. It really kind of comes down to you knowing, I think what you're asking is, when you say what if, you're saying, will this work? And here's what I'll tell you. We've seen this work for all different types of industries. I showed you an example from a credit union earlier today, Apple Federal Credit Union. I've seen this work in real estate. I've seen this work with services businesses, optometrists' offices, dentists, you name it. The trick is really understanding your target audience and what they care about, and making sure that the prize is right, and making sure you've got these different pieces together that we've talked about today, and making sure you promote it well. But there's absolutely no reason why you can't be successful, Victoria, running a campaign like this for your wholesale clients versus your retail clients. Okay, folks, I am down to one left. Here I go. I got to be the bad guy again, Christina. Okay, we've only got one left, so I'm going to drop that down to number one. Okay, good. For those of you who are just now checking out, if you're in the process of checking out, don't fret. We will honor the bonuses, but I've got one bonus package left that I can provide. A lot of great questions. Let me go back in here. So let's see. What is the renewal fee? Brenda asks. It's always $300 a year for this plan. Can you embed the giveaway on a website? Lucy, absolutely. You can publish this to a web version that we host. We can give you the embed code, so you can put that right on your website. It's really, really easy to do. Curtis asks, can this be white label on my brand? Yes, Curtis. Yes, we do. This particular plan is not white label, but we can get you on a white label plan if you're interested, and we can upgrade you to that. So if you want to get these bonuses, Curtis, you could be this last number one here today. You could purchase this plan, and we could then upgrade you to a white label plan, and you could still get those bonuses. All right. After you create the campaign, do you get the embed code? Lucy, yes. We can do that for you. Yeah. Cornina has a great question. So we got a couple folks saying, hey, you know what? I'd love to pay monthly instead of annually. So I'll just let all of you know we actually only do annual billing as a rule. So this is not out of the ordinary for us. It's always $300 for the year at Heyo, Heyo.com. So right now, Cornita, unfortunately, it's $300 for the year. That said, you can always cancel anytime for a prorated refund. We want you to be happy. Cool. Monique says this was a great webinar. Thanks for letting us know the quote-unquote requirements needed in order to really be successful with Heyo. I don't have any likes yet, so I don't qualify. Awesome. Yeah, Monique, great. If you really don't have any kind of audience at all online, we don't want you to be unhappy with Heyo. So that's great. All right, so I know we're over by a few minutes, but there are so many great questions. I'm happy to stick around for a few more minutes and chat with a few of you, and answer these questions for you. So you keep throwing your questions out there on the GoToWebinar questions, and I'm going to do a quick refresh and see if we are out. We are all out. Yes, we are. So with that, folks. Now again, if you're still checking out, don't worry. We will honor those webinar bonuses, but we have now officially sold out of those bonus packages if you are not in the process of checking out. Any other questions, folks? I'm going to take one quick moment to pause, grab a quick drink of water. If you've got any questions for me, go ahead and post them in the GoToWebinar questions. I'll be back in just a All right, everybody, I'm back. I'm looking real quick to see if we've got any more questions. Nicole asks, is the webinar going to be available to watch later? Yeah, Nicole, we're going to send out a replay link, and we'll get that out, if not tonight, by first thing tomorrow morning, so that all of you have a chance to watch again. Our replays are short term, though, so they're only live for a few days, so make sure you watch for it so you can watch that replay. Okay, Christine asked a great question. If no following, can you buy Facebook ads and use Heyo? Absolutely, Christine. You're going to want to make sure that you're really, really targeted with those Facebook ads and really kind of refining them down to just targeting the right audience for you and your business. But we've seen that work really well. I just talked to one of our customers yesterday. All he did, and this was a very, very small page, all he did was run a Heyo campaign, pay for Facebook ads, targeted to a very select group, and he got many new email. I don't remember the exact number, but he was really happy with the results. He got a number of new email leads. So, Christine, that can be really, really successful for you. All right. All right, with that, folks, I think we are ready for all our hashtag Heyo notes, folks. We are ready to unveil my surprise. So I'm going to pull up the hashtag Heyo notes Twitter feed. And I'm going to show you that. Let's look at all of our tweets. Awesome. All right, here we go. Now, what we're going to do, here's our little surprise. We're going to pick, I'm going to have Christina pick her favorite. Look at these great notes, Christina. I'm going to have Christina pick her favorite, and we are going to send a free Heyo t-shirt to that person. Look at all this. This is awesome. So let me scroll down here. We've got Lucy. Wow, she's typing. I love that. We've got Dave. He says, my notes from today. Hashtag Heyo notes. Okay, David, you get an A for effort. Thank you. Barbara. Cool. Hey, there's the worksheet. Christina, there it is. That looks great, Barbara. Oh, whoops. There we go. Yeah. We've got Carly. Very cute. We've got a tandem pic with the notes and the screen. Got a few of them there. Karen is taking good notes. Optiva Coaching. All right. So, what do you think? All right. Christina has spoken. And Carly, you are the winner of our hashtag Heyo Notes contest. If you would please email me at chris@heyo.com, we will get you out your free Heyo t-shirt. Maybe even some other goodies too. Well, with that, folks, as they say, that is a wrap. I want to first of all, just thank you so much for joining me on today's webinar. It has been awesome to spend this time with you today. It's always great for me to be able to talk to real live businesses, and I hope that you guys had a great chance, and this was a great chance for you to learn from us here at Heyo, but also from each other. So thanks so much for joining us again, and we will see you next time. So long.